motion.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none? All, huh? We gotta be out of here in 5 minutes, so. You go. You got 30 seconds.
John Eldridge, 1634 Hilltop Road, Bertrand, PA. Is there a reason for his resignation?
He wrote a letter of resignation due to health issues, private health issues.
Okay. And it's not related to the forensic audit?
No,
The $233,000 or the other
no,
that you wrote off?
no, it's not written off, so we'll talk about that at another time.
Does he get any severance pay?
He does.
Normally when you resign, you don't get severance pay. So did you ask him to resign?
Did we get, no?
Oh, we're not going to get into issues related to what was discussed with John. John put a resignation letter in, and the board is here to accept his resignation. That's really the only thing that's on the floor right now. If you have a public comment, the board is welcome to listen to that comment, but they're not going to answer questions about issues related to
Severance pay?
well, severance pay, one thing. You can elaborate on that, but issues related to John and his health issues and reasons for his resignation, I'm just going to say,
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily engage in conversation concerning that.
correct.
Unless, I would say if they affect the township significantly, we ought to discuss it. You can say, no, we won't discuss it, whatever.
It's
No,
not.
it's-
No,
They
it's
won't.
nothing related to the forensic audit that Markham performed or anything related to township finances or otherwise.
Correct.
What's the severance pay?
1 month of salary for every year here, working here, and so he was just shy of 3, so we opted to give him 3. 3 years, 3 months, 3 months.
Okay. Okay. That's all.
Mhm. George?
Hi, George Delgino, 1415 Olive Road, Birchville. Just following up on what John said, so was this something that was in his contract with the township, or is this something that was negotiated later?
What
The
specifically?
severance?
Oh, yeah, it was in the contract.
The original contract had severance provisions concerning
And,
1 month of severance for each year of service.
okay, and then he just submitted his letter and you paid him that, and he abruptly resigned immediately.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it just
There's nothing-
seems strange to just walk out. Usually if you're gonna resign, it's, you try and make a transition plan, and even if it's a few days, to just leave in a day, or some short amount of time. He was here at the last meeting, which was a week ago, and he's gone now.
I don't know what else to tell you.
and I would think it's okay to say that, we're not giving him a lump sum. We're paying that over the time, so it's better for the township, and he's fine with that.
So it was his idea to leave, is what you're saying.
I'm not getting into that at all. I think it's his
Okay.
business.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Barry, do you have a question?
Yeah, but you're not really answering questions
You
tonight.
want to say your name and address?
Oh, I'm sorry, Barry DeLibero, 1012 Pottstown Pike, Chester Springs, PA. So you guys didn't offer to let him resign instead of firing him or anything like that, right? But you're not answering questions, correct?
Correct.
So we're not answering questions
Not answering
concerning that.
questions, sure, I totally understand that. I mean, this is a guy that couldn't deliver a report that John Eldridge has been looking for months, since maybe March or something like that, this forensic audit report. He couldn't seem to get that done, but yet he did get an answer to his right to know that there was no documents pertaining to his question about a report that we talked about here for months. I mean, this type of thing is gross negligence. I just can't even fathom that you guys didn't get rid of this guy so long ago. But I mean, the fact that he was a manager not only here but another township, and you allowed him to work in another township. We paid him $150,000 a year. Yet he took on another job and said, I can do it on the weekends. I mean, we didn't have exclusive use to him. You guys didn't find that as revolting as I would hope some people in the audience did when he was also a manager for New Garden, and said they didn't need a full-time manager, even though that township's a more populated, more busy township than us. I know, Bernie, I know this confuses you. You confuse easily on this stuff. I get it. You hired a guy that was well-known it was all over the internet, that he had questionable financial problems at other municipalities he was at. You hired him anyway, even though the attorney for the township said, this is the worst of your candidates, I wouldn't take him, but instead you fired Joe. This guy was a problem. He was a problem from the beginning, and he's finally gone after 3 years. I gotta say, I'm relieved. I'm relieved that finally he took the initiative to leave after doing such a bad job for our township. I'm just surprised that you guys couldn't figure out to get rid of him. I mean, I gotta tell you, he actually makes me miss Ken. He really does. So, I mean, I'm not even sure if this, I'm not even sure, I know with discussion, Bernie, but it's ridiculous, the guy that we had here. It really does. I mean, just the audit thing alone, the forensic audit, which is probably right back in that office, and you could go get it and bring it out here so people could see it tonight, but you wouldn't do it, would you? Right? Because you're not going to answer any questions, right? Because that's the way we run the township now. I'm not even sure if this township meeting's legal because it wasn't posted within 24 hours.
It was advertised within 24 hours. It
Where?
was advertised yesterday in the Daily Local News.
It wasn't the Daily Local News, okay.
Yes.
Well, that was a question. I said I didn't know if it was, but thank you for clarifying that, because I didn't see it on the website until much later. So, that's all I got to say. Thank God he's gone.
Anyone else? All right, seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Moving on to the next area of business is the hiring of Jackie Gunther as our interim manager / bookkeeper. Do I have a motion?
And I would like to make that motion.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion? See, you gotta be a little quicker, John.
Okay, well, Jackie, welcome. You've been the treasurer for several months?
And this is Jackie, everyone.
Yeah, I started
Yeah, that's,
in
you
late
know, but
October.
say hello to everybody.
Hi, everybody, I'm Jackie.
Get introduced.
I started in late October as doing the treasury work for the township.
Okay. I'm sorry, you're the treasurer now.
I am.
And our financial system always has some shortcomings. Are you going to get another person for that, or are you going to do both jobs?
Well, for the time being, I'm going to do both.
John, that's not really germane to this discussion here of what she's going to do in the future. But being the short answer, please follow on that same page.
Well, what would be germane?
Do you have any public comments?
Public comments? Well, I welcomed her. Is that public comment?
Thank you.
I think so.
Thank you.
And I think it's fair to ask some questions of Jackie, and you know, I could just say that in the time that we worked with her, she has a long career in municipal government and has been a township manager in other townships, and we've been very impressed by her, and we feel very confident that she's going to bring us through this transition, and everyone's going to be very pleased with her as our new manager.
Well, good. And I almost forgot, I was
Very
not
responsive.
any of my assistants that you might want, if it came to that.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Thank you, John. Barry?
Hi, Jackie. Just wondering, you're not going to hold any other township manager jobs?
I do not
Like the
hold
last
any other,
manager did?
any other jobs whatsoever.
That would be
This is it.
fantastic.
Lock, stock, and barrel.
I look forward to you. The bar's been set very low. You should be able to do just fine.
And
Thank you.
She will be here every day.
Outstanding. Thank you so much.
Yes, I will.
Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Welcome, congratulations.
Thank you
and
very much. Thank you
stepping
for the
up.
opportunity, I appreciate it.
All right, we look forward to a long and prosperous relationship.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, last item on the agenda is public discussion. Anyone? George?
Well, I have to ask, and maybe it can't be a question, but we do have a forensic audit that was commissioned early this year, and the results have never been released It's been discussed at a few meetings that at some point it would be released. There was discussion that you weren't happy with the way it was worded, to come back in another month. It's like 3 months later now.
I can say that the original audit did not provide for a written report. The board had asked for a written report from the organization that had performed the audit, and we have been working extremely diligently to obtain a report from them, and we believe that we'll have a report by the next meeting date that we can provide to the public. So.
Is this report something that's lengthy? It seems like there is nothing found.
Not particularly, no. We had asked Markham for findings related to what they had done and the things that they, the audit that they had performed, and we are hopeful that we'll have something by this week that we can share with the public. I mean,
It would seem that you would have at least correspondence from them saying we found nothing or something. I mean, it just, I don't know, I'll take your word for it. It just seems a long time to get a very short report for something that we paid for.
George, we share your frustrations.
Yeah, and
Please know that.
George, can I just say that I think part of the delay is in us trying to get them to give this to us without paying additional funds to them, because that's how they work. They want more money from us for, now writing a report, and we're trying to get them to do it without
I think
doing
the
more.
public would be satisfied
cost,
if you
so,
had something
yeah.
that said there was nothing found.
I think we're there now, but they have to give it, they have to provide to us. We're not gonna fictionalize it.
Okay, what did we pay for then? He must have told you there was nothing found. I mean,
It was a verbal report. It was
was
not
a
a
verbal
written
report?
report. And we need a written report, and we're going back and forth with them about this, and that's the situation. But
so
one way or another, we're gonna give you something at the next meeting, because I think it's been long.
we hired somebody for $25,000 and all he got was a phone call?
No, it wasn't you. It wasn't
we
you.
had numerous
Several.
meetings with Markham.
Okay. Thank you.
I know it's frustrating. It's frustrating to us too.
Julia.
Hello, Julia Brendel, 2472 Flowing Springs Road. So just following up with George's comment, or question, what did the contract say? Did it say that they were to provide a written report or a verbal report, and who negotiated that contract?
Nothing was said about a verbal report.
No, I mean, what was written down on the contract? Somebody must have signed a contract saying, go ahead, do the audit, this is how much it's gonna cost. What did the contract say?
I don't
The
know.
contract did not specifically provide for a written report.
And it didn't, but they kind of, I think if you wanted to, you could probably hire these folks for the rest of your life. So they provide for like moving on.
Well, sure, of course. I mean, that's how a lot of like engineers and things like that, we need to do this, we need to do that. So who negotiated that contract where basically we're gonna pay them $25,000 and then they're just gonna tell you whether there's anything wrong?
Well, it wasn't necessarily a negotiation. This is the way that Markham works.
Who signed the contract that said that we're gonna pay you $25,000 and you're just gonna tell us if you find anything verbally?
It was the board.
Okay.
Anyone else? Seeing none, okay, next item, move to adjourn.
Sure, I'll make that motion that we should adjourn.
I'll second. We're adjourned. Thank you.